Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lunar Reason with Christine Skinner. Once a month, I will meet my dear friend Christine here and chatting about what's going on in the world and what's going on in our life. Hi, Christine. How are you?
Cold is the answer. So you are truly not going to believe this. I am not very far from West Palm Beach in Florida. Okay.
Wait a minute. That's
know.
kind of a subtropical area.
No, it is not. Last night it was 0 degrees. This morning it is just 8 degrees.
You were just like a 1 degree higher than London.
So, of course, I had to borrow clothes and what have you because I had packed for Florida, not for this. And of course, I should have known this was coming. Of course, I should. As you probably know, they've had this huge, ginormous storm that's not,
Yeah.
I mean, they've had to cancel thousands of flights.
Yes.
You know, New York, Boston, and all that area is just snow ridden. So many of my plans have been turned on their head. But of course, you and I knew that was coming because Uranus was going to station and blah,
Yes.
blah. Yep. However, I tend to come around this time of year, and I'm usually here for that full moon that we had yesterday, right?
Yes.
This one was a little different for me because it was going to pick up more elements of my chart, and boy, was I ever shocked by events yesterday. However, right, if I just go back and explain, it's a delight to be here, although can I tell you, America is in the middle of a nervous breakdown. I mean, mega.
Yeah.
Breakdown, right? And I'm sure it's going to take quite a while to recover.
Yes.
Just to reassure everyone, there was no difficulty at all coming into Miami. I had the exit form, and it was a very straightforward thing.
Okay.
They ask where who are you going to be visiting? What are you here for? I said I was here visiting friends, which is true, right?
Yeah.
I had to give the address and all, and I'd rehearsed that. I knew, so there was no hold up.
Yeah.
So probably that will help for anybody who's going to UAC to be very clear about the hotel address. So anyway, I am now here surrounded by all these books. This is but a fragment of the library that's here, right? This is honestly, this is nothing, right?
This is nothing. This is just a tiny bit.
I'd estimate this as being a fifth of what is here.
Oh my God.
Right. Maybe, a fifth. I don't think it's even a quarter. I mean, honestly, fraction.
Yeah.
So these are very old books, but there is actually some even older stuff out there in a cabinet. And then there's a huge library behind me, which is all the 20th century books. And I'm going to come to the book business in a minute. But however, I'm here working on a solar book, right? Which I was working on last year and we didn't really advance. But anyway, what's really interesting is that the solar activity the last few days has been extraordinary. I mean,
active.
I mean, mega active. There's a ginormous sunspot has opened up. Right?
Yeah.
But when you consider, please, can we just for the moment forget that we even know that the asteroids exist? Shall we just leave them away? And shall we also just forget the Kuiper belt? Just also for a moment, right?
Forget them.
But forget all of those and just think about the ones we do know about up to Pluto. If you do that, everything is contained within 180 degrees, excluding the moon, of course, which is going around every so often. However, what this means is that when you've got everything on one side of the sun, right?
Yeah.
And because they have an effect on the sun and the sun has an effect on them, right? The solar activity this last week has been, we have to say, extraordinary, right? Now, we had this before when we had COVID, right? And thank God, it looks as though my forecast that we might have a nasty disease with the Saturn-Neptune looks as though I'm going to be wrong about that.
No, you're not. No, you're not. I will tell you later.
I am.
You go on. You go on. I will try to confirm with you because we talk about that. Me and my team in Asia, we talk about that in last weekend. We said, "Oh my God, you forecast that."
Okay, well, you're going to tell me something. But I'm not. What I'm trying to say is, I'm not really experiencing that here as yet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But what I am seeing, I'm trying not to watch the news here because it's really distressing. I watched it the first couple of days. Right? The situation in Minneapolis is just god awful. But when you consider all those people, right from Portland all the way across to New York, were standing outside in these freezing temperatures.
Yes.
I mean, absolutely freezing, and 15 inches of snow, and still demonstrating.
Yeah.
I think the movement for change here is that, unfortunately, when you get everything on one side of the sun and it's empty on the other, that's really an image of black and white. And I don't mean in the sense of it's haves, have nots. It's just division. So it's, this solar activity, please, it will break, right? It will break come March, but I think we're in for a couple of ugly weeks.
Yes.
So will you tell me about the Saturn-Neptune then, please?
Oh, yes, because I just want to confirm that kind of a worry about the disease spread out in Asia is coming up. So the first, I think you probably heard about the Nipah virus from India to South Asia, and all around the Southeast Asia are worried about it, are very, very taken very, very seriously, and exam everything, everyone in and out that is started. Everyone is a little bit kind of back to the quarantine type thing. Not really totally back, but really take seriously to make sure everyone coming did not bring that virus in. That's the first one is Nipah. And another disease was we don't really heard about it very often, but it comes out is what they call it, the orthohent virus. That is kind of, it's coming up too, and especially in Taiwan, people are scared because this is the moment for the Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year period, and people is traveling around. That is how the COVID started. So from the winter, and then for the Lunar New Year, everyone traveling, bang, 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 spread all around the world like that.
Oh my God! Well,
so that's why our Taiwanese student and a student in China and Taiwan say, you did mention that. And they want me to let you know.
Well, that's very kind. I mean, I would have been happier to be wrong, actually.
I know.
I thought because the Saturn Neptune was exact heliocentrically on December the 11th.
Yes.
So I thought that if we were going to hear news of a virus and disease, I thought we would have heard it more by now. I thought it would start the helio one, right?
Yeah.
But it sounds as though it's going to burst onto the scene. God help us, it's going to burst on with the solar eclipse.
Yeah. And the solar eclipse would be on the Lunar New Year calendar days. Exact. So that is... Hey.
Wow. Well, okay. Well, you've completely thrown me off because...
Sorry. I just want to make you say, you mention it.
Yeah. Well, gosh, when I get back to London, although in fact honestly, Rod, you would be I'm going to show you this.
Okay.
I'm going to show you. All right. This is all the stuff for the new book, and I'm looking at it because I'm working with owner on this.
Yeah.
We're looking on disease patterns with this, and actually what the solar activity does to us. And all of us last week, everybody was excited, right? In excitable state.
Definitely, yes.
So there was an itchiness. Right? I think that's the best thing. I think we're, as I've said to you before, I think we're in the process of a long bit of reprogramming, right? Getting rid of all the viruses and bringing up, reformatting the way that Microsoft does your update, right?
Yes.
And I think the process is going to take through until 2028. This is the nasty bit now. And through these next few weeks, I mean, we have this extraordinary Uranus station, the last of its kind for 8 decades, right? Yesterday, we had that full moon. So they're very close to one another. They're certainly prickly in the markets because that Vesta, which I always consider to be the trader's asteroid, it comes to the full moon position Tuesday, Wednesday, right?
Okay.
Now, what we just had was a black swan event on Friday.
Yes.
which was typical Uranus,
Mm-hmm.
hits you when you're not looking, right? So
Definitely.
I'd said, well, I'm worried about the 3rd, 4th of February, but of course it does it early when you know, because you weren't ready. Don't you just, that planet is so irritating, right?
Annoying.
It just never, you know, if you think it's going to hit you on Tuesday, you know, maybe Tuesday goes past, nothing happens, and by Friday you think, I've missed it. And then
And you get a blow.
and then it does its wallop, right? It's unreliable, I think is the word. Unreliable. But in terms of what I think is going to happen over this next, especially between the two eclipses, right?
Yeah.
We are in for one hell of a bumpy ride.
Definitely, yes.
You know, the Earth's magnetic field is altered, right?
Yeah.
Add in this intense solar activity, which doesn't dissipate until we get into March. And this really is a fasten your seatbelt time.
Definitely. Yes, I agree. Yeah.
It's scary. I mean, I cannot begin to tell you, Julie and I have never had as many inquiries and things as we've had in the last 6 days. There's fear in the air. Right? Security, you know, what does this Saturn-Neptune thing mean to me? Right?
Yes.
Can I just say, people should remember that once Saturn's crossed over the line into Aries, Saturn moves quite quickly. Right?
Yes.
So
yeah.
I don't know what orb anybody wants to give it, and we all have our own views about that. But actually, by the time we get to late April and Uranus enters Gemini, that Saturn-Neptune will have dissipated a lot. But having said all that, I do think these next few weeks are going to be hyper eventful.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Especially we are step into the eclipse season very quickly, very soon. And the coming up solar eclipse is at the 28-degree Aquarius, right on Trump's descendant, and the opposite is Mars.
Well, can I just say about that? I went to dinner last week with some really wonderful American astrologers.
Yeah.
And of course, they were fixated on that, but they were also looking later in the year in November. And one of them picked up a date. I think it was November the 17th. You can check it out. But there's a Mars-Jupiter thing then. And they thought he would have a major cardiovascular event then. Right, but that's November. Actually, it's interesting to see that their midterm elections happen with a retrograde Mercury. So that's maybe not ideal, but there we go. Right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if something is going to happen now or later in the year. We don't know if he's. I mean, a possibility.
Yeah, I agree.
He is incapacitated, maybe in the eclipse period, but is still in place in November.
Yeah.
We could be in for a few months of turmoil. I actually, honestly, my own feeling is everything is down to this eclipse period. And I was trying to describe it to somebody yesterday. The way I see eclipses is that they mark both the beginning and the end of a chapter. So but you don't know, right, until you see how the eclipses affect your chart. You don't know if it's the beginning of and end of a chapter within a book, or it's the end of a book. Right? So for me, right, I've had this long legal battle going on since Michael died, as you know, right? But we can now see that it's going to close by March the 3rd. I can actually see that's the end of that. That's the end of that book, right?
Yes.
So that will definitely be that bit closing. Other times I would say it was just the ending of a chapter and we go then on to the next one. And I don't think anybody should be fearful of it. What I think they should do is to say, listen, Saturn and Neptune is a tremendously creative combination. I mean, it's slow, right? I'll give you that because neither of them moving that fast, right? But this is the time to be thinking, what do you want to create? I mean, Saturn is earth or rock or something, and Neptune is water. What kind of sculpture do you want to make?
Beautiful.
You're not going to do it overnight, right? But you could start creating the plans. And at 0 Aries, you should really be thinking about what do I want to do for the next few years? And and I don't know about you, but I've had so many clients talking about, oh, I'm clearing things out, I'm throwing things away. This, as Saturn's been leaving Pisces, they are clearing the decks, ready for something else.
That's nice.
It would just be nice if we were all healthy. So I'm very, very sad to hear if this virus thing is around.
I think it's just that people just take cautious at this moment. Yeah, but it's not spread out yet. But people really, all the countries in Southeast Asia are taking cautious about this Nipah virus. So yeah, it's like hope not. Yeah.
Yeah, I really hope not. And the other thing I was going to mention to you is just this whole thing about gold and silver, because that's the stuff that comes towards me at speed. People should remember that, it sounds very nice, doesn't it? The gold values was over 5,000.
Yes.
You have to remember that the dollar is not doing as well as it was, right?
Yes.
So, yes, it will probably go back up to figures like that again, right?
Yes.
Yes, it will before we get to the end of this year. Incidentally, I'm going to speak at Ray Merriman's investment in Slovenia, right? That, of course, is after we've done our big date for Wade.
Okay, yes. So for the Wade, yes, our dear friend Wade organized every year a huge event for the Mountain Astrology. And this year is happening on the 21st of March and 22nd of March. There's a weekend, and Christine will be there. And what are you going to talk about in Wade's event?
Well, you're going to laugh at this because, of course, it's Astrology Day, isn't it?
Right? Yes, indeed. So, yeah.
You're speaking ahead of me, but that day, I'm actually going to start the day speaking to the Turkish people, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm going to do two very different talks. Both of them are financial. But then after we're done, I'm going off to do a panel thing with Kepler that day. So for the first time in my life, I'm actually doing three talks on one day.
Ouch! You should see that coming. Now it's like everyone try to organize the event on the Aries Ingress. I was just like, that's why I decided I'm not going to organize everything, because I know it will be like 10,000 event, and luckily Wade organized and I get invited. I'll be the one right after you. Yeah.
But the Saturn-Neptune conjunction is exact on my progress midheaven. So hence, that's why I'm doing 3 that day. I mean,
okay, enjoy.
And, I never like repeating.
Yes.
I like doing a fresh thing for each one. So let's see if I can do that. Let's see.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. It's don't laugh about this, Rod, but unbelievably, its midheaven is 0 Aries.
Oh. Wow.
Right. Wow. Right. So then I started to look at the chart for Kevin Walsh, the guy who Trump wants to put it in. And so I want to do a little bit of that. And the sort of, I want to open with the outlook for crypto generally. Right. And then we'll go in more specifically to look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, just the general kind of wallet ones. And obviously they, what governments are going to do. Are they going to have their own cryptos or not? Really, in a sense, where is money going?
Definitely. Yes.
Do you know what, Rod? It's extraordinary being here because, in the UK, when was the last time you wrote a check out of interest?
Oh my God, I can't remember.
Right? And here,
maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah. But here, they are still using checks, right?
No way.
They're still sending checks in the mail, right? And their postal service is horrific, so people don't get their money in time. And I was like, wow, it's a long time since I've seen one of those. I mean, it was...
Yeah, you want to take a photo of it.
Yes, I mean, yeah. And I'm noticing that there are more cash transactions here than you see in London. Because in London, I don't know about you, but in London, I very rarely carry any cash. I mean,
no, we don't. Yeah.
So it feels a little bit backward here, but I suspect that it's much more forward in other ways. I'm also, by the way, on Saturday going to look at the charts for Bermuda and Singapore, because both of them are likely to become centers for the cryptos. Yeah. So we
That's
need to
so
look at
cool.
those. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, when are you come back? Soon? In March, right? I think we both come back in March.
No, I'm coming back. I'm coming back at the weekend, actually. I'm
Okay,
coming back
okay,
at the
okay.
weekend. I have to be back. You're going to
Yeah.
love this. I have to be back because I am going to look after my grandson whilst
Okay,
his
yeah.
mum and dad go off to celebrate their wedding anniversary. But
Cool,
he's coming
cool,
to
lovely.
so he's apparently put a request in today.
All right, all right.
Could I find out about a creative writing course for him?
Oh,
Because
interesting.
apparently, yes, this is the kid that has a sun Libra and moon Gemini. But apparently, Granny doesn't really understand about writing books, because apparently the most important thing is the opening sentence, Rod. Just I'm telling you this. Yeah. So
Cool.
yes, apparently I'm going to learn. He's going to teach me about writing a book.
Perfect.
If he gives me any hot tips, Rod, I'll pass them on.
Yeah, please.
Incidentally, I'm really hoping, I have actually been asked to review your book for NCGR.
Oh, thank you.
But they want the review by February the 23rd, and I'm slightly up against it because I must finish this thing. But it's on the list, Rod. Yeah. So let's hope it goes into the next issue, and if not, it'll be the one after. Right.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Thank you so much. And so happy to see you here. And thank you for taking your time out. And good luck for Saturday. And then, well, see you when I come back then, because I will be away soon. I'll be away soon for the Lunar New Year. And then I will stay there for for 1 month. And then we'll come back around mid of March.
That's right. And then we're going to meet, aren't we, before
Definitely.
I go off to
like last time, a nice hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate at London Bridge. Okay. Rod, look after yourself and be well.
Thank you. Yeah. And then see you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
按赞、订阅、分享，谢谢大家观看到最后。